12. 12. And yes, that is the Grateful Dead in the background. You are absolutely tuned in to the right channel. Anywho, let's get on with the big reveal. I don't even know if you can hear it through the... Oh my gosh, what is this? You are free. Fly, fly. How fun is that? It says it's a laptop sticker. So yeah, let those ideas fly free. Why not? Why not? You know what I mean? You want to look at the same painting your whole life? I mean, not necessarily, right? Right? Anyway. I totally found this is my hurricane. Look at this. This is some old school stuff. Some of y'all have never seen this before. This is the only reason I'm even pulling this on camera. Because I know some of y'all have never seen a hurricane lamp like this before. And you put oil in the lamp. Okay. So for all y'all that are Jewish or have Jewish ancestry, that may be significant for you, right? As we enter the season of Hanukkah here coming up. All right. Which occurs before, okay? Christmas, all right, on the Jewish holiday calendar, okay? But I did happen to find a stack of cards that I guess I opened and have never used. Look at how cool the front is, too. And what did that say? Fly, fly. Like, let your ideas fly free. It says you're free, fly, fly. Okay. So flying the coop, maybe some of you could be moving, you could be anticipating travel, maybe you don't live around your family, something of that nature. Just where it's like, yeah, you love your family, but that doesn't mean you want to be like right next door to them. Like some of us are able to hold our family in our hearts, right? We don't have to visually see and hear and smell. Those of you that grew up with brothers, you're like, yeah, I remember how they smell when little kids, right? You know, little tootin' monsters. And then it's like, get out of my room, right? And then when you grow up and you're far away and you don't see each other, and it's like, oh, I kind of miss that little toot monster, but anyway, there's other things in life too. So that little toot monster has their own things in life, and that is how it's supposed to be. That's the tree of life, right? It just keeps going on and branches, just like the rivers, the tributaries, the streams, the creeks that come off the main big waterway, whatever it is. St. Lawrence Seaway was the answer in one of the Jeopardies not long ago, and I was actually quite surprised. I don't think a single contestant got the answer. I was like shocked. To me, it would have been at least a good guess if you didn't know the answer. So I was very shocked. Anyway, not criticizing Jeopardy, but anyway, Stag, look at that. Maybe it's been deer season near you. Perhaps. What does that say? Trust and thrive. So if you trust in yourself, I think you're going to thrive. So if you are the stag type, right? If you're somebody who's been going it alone, not necessarily out of choice, but out of necessity. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of like trusting in your operation. Today I was talking to some folks, and the topic came up of a local historical place, and I was like, oh, I was just there yesterday. You know what I mean? And the thing is, I hadn't planned on going there, but it was just one of those things. It's like, oh, we have enough time, like, let us wander, right? And, I trusted that path, right? And then we learned some things along the way. We thrived, okay? It was just me and the dog, but when you're talking about, taking that journey alone, right? I didn't have to stop and call so and so and be like, "Oh my God, I think I'm gonna go here," and blah blah. No, I was in the car already, and it was like we just turned that way, and there we were. Okay. Protection Guardian. Drop your shields. Okay, so if you have felt, and I completely understand this, especially being somebody that has dogs, okay? Because, we think of, a lot of people especially think of animals as our protectors, right? But, as you get to love your animal, you think of yourself as your animal's protector, right? Like, oh my gosh, nothing's gonna come between me and my pet, right? Like, but really they're our protectors, right? In the spiritual realm, okay? So this is asking you to kind of remember that and drop your shield a little bit, okay? And understand that they have been assigned, by the higher realm here, this guardian, okay, to offer that protection, okay? What's that movie? It's Harry, whatever his name is. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't remember his last name right now. Anyway, he was very famous for being like in like some soap operas and stuff. But he has the shield in the movie, and the owl, remember, it's the mechanical owl that guides him through the movie. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, right? So this is like having the Wheel of Fortune on the card at the same time. And so the Sagittarius season as well, this is kind of asking you to take a spin on the wheel and say, hey, what might happen, This is a really great movie, by the way, if you've, Clash of the Titans, if you've never seen it, okay? So it weaves the story of the gods, and in some sense, it's a story of creation at the same time, okay? Snake, shed old skin. Okay, interesting. So, if there's something that has been hanging on to your past, you don't have to live there per se, right? For it to not be part of your identity, okay? I think sometimes that's why sometimes people don't even want to reveal things about themselves, right? Because then it's like they don't want to be tied to this identity or that identity. Yeah, guardian angel. Light as a feather, even in the darkest of night, right? They are guiding you. Okay? So here it says, you are not alone. All right, let's keep going. I love how these cards look. They are very cool looking. I think whoever did the illustration should be commended here. What says artwork by Lily Moses. Okay, if you can see that. There, okay. So, this kind of also has like a Native American vibe to it, I want to say. Or at least indigenous peoples, right? This dude looks like an Aborigine, okay? This elder here that appears. Healing through the lineage, it says. Yeah, so you could be breaking generational curses, right? You could be the generational curse breaker. And that's not saying that your family's unlucky or anything like that. This is like stuff that's completely within the power for us to control and make a different choice, right? And sometimes it really is that simple. Okay, drum. Dream and journey. Again, the wheel symbol here. This was the same symbol, wasn't it? That was on the other side. So, wow, y'all. So, yeah, maybe you dance to the beat of your own drummer. Again, the stag energy where you kind of, you're like, well, I mean, when when the buck is shot in the woods, they're by themselves, right? Sorry, but anyway, and so yeah, sometimes we're going it alone. Okay? And we're listening to our instincts, right? And sometimes the buck just gets shot at, right? That doesn't mean it's the end. That might just be the first beat of many beats of thunder. Okay? Thunder is a great song. The Billy Strings Band did that. Originally lyricized by Robert Hunter and hidden away for many years until Bill Kreisman brought that to Billy. Anyway, spring here. Oh my gosh, I'm already talking about spring. I was earlier today. See your seeds grow. So with spring here, yeah, this might be what's guiding you and protecting you here. This guardian and protection, knowing that that spring is coming, right? Even though you might be in a season of winter, maybe you're in a season of, going it alone, right? But, when the time of abundance comes, right? Okay. Alrighty, summer, look at that. Bask in joy and light. And the bee, the pollinator here. So, yeah, there might be some snakes about, but guess what, little bumblebee, you get to get up and fly away, right? Okay, so winter, take care of your needs. Yeah. So just because it's winter doesn't mean like stop doing certain things, doesn't mean stop working out, doesn't mean stop eating healthy. Although all those temptations are there, right? Especially if we have a hunger for something, okay? Here it says medicine guardian. So maybe part of taking care of your needs involves giving yourself the proper medicine. Okay. And then the moon card here being the big reveal, right? This says take note of intuitive messages. Okay, so again, back to the trust thing, the very first card here, the stag. Okay. Does it feel good to go first? No, but somebody has to, right? Might as well be you. Okay. Especially if you look that good doing it, right? Okay. And then before you know it, summer's here and you're having a great time. Okay. So that's part of this caring cycle to continue. Okay. So again, that was day 12 of the Advent calendar. If you missed the reveal here, please do go back and watch the replay. Please do like the video if you've been in the chat today. Remember, you do not have to be a subscriber in order to like the video, but it does help move the messages around out there in the YouTube universe for others who may be enjoying this sort of type of reading. It's not always a traditional tarot reading. And I just kind of, let whatever needs to come out. Okay. But for right now, the daily readings we're going through the Advent calendar. This happens to be a Wicked branded one, okay, from the movie, which is one of the sequel, or I guess technically prequel stories in the Wizard of Oz stories, originally written by Frank L. Baum, right? I don't know about all the Wicked stories because I've not read them. I've not read all the Wizard of Oz stories as well. But that's the great little thing about life, is that it is something to explore, right? Sure, it might come wrapped up neat in a little box, but at the end of the day, we get to open it up and see what's inside, Okay? So, you know, as Scarlett O'Hara said, tomorrow is another day. Okay? Anyway, please do like the video. Remember, if you've been in the chat today, or consider subscribing. You will start to get more notifications. It will show up in your algorithm as you're on YouTube. Or if you hit the notification bell, you will actually receive a notification in your notifications taskbar to your device. All right. And that will let you know that I've either uploaded a video or I've gone live on this particular channel. If you're not so much into the readings, you just came for the Advent calendar today, you might enjoy some of my other channels. I have the Feel Better Guru channel, which has some recipes and lifestyle tips. Also, my music channel, which is called Ophelia's Band. Yes, the Ophelia from Hamlet. It's a capital O apostrophe S space BAND, found right here on YouTube. And you can also find my music streaming on Spotify, Amazon, all of the platforms out there currently, because I'm distributed through DistroKid, okay? Through my Ophelia's Band moniker. All right. So that's been day 12 of the Advent calendar. I hope everyone enjoyed this reading, as I sure do look forward to a time when there is honey about, right? And if your throat's been feeling a little sore, put some honey on it, okay? Get the honey going and you'll be feeling like spring in no time. All right. Until next time, please do manifest wisely.